Welcome to Guild Wars 2, a game filled to the brim with fantasy and action. This video will act as your starting guide to gain your footing in the action of the game. We'll start with the most basic aspects of combat and then showcase how to acquire more skills and build the role you want to play. First up, movement. Movement is a key aspect of combat, and more so than other MMOs you might have played. Many abilities can be used and cast while on the move, allowing players to get into range and adapt on the fly. Using the W, A, S, and D keys allows you to move around, and right-clicking your mouse allows you to control the camera. In addition to fundamental movement, dodging is also a major skill to master. Dodging allows you to survive lethal attacks, move to better locations, and just keep yourself alive a bit longer. To dodge, you can double-tap any movement key twice to dodge in that direction. Pressing V will also activate the dodge, forcing you to dodge backwards if you are not moving in a direction. Jumping is not just a staple for gamers, but it also has some combat implications. Certain shockwave skills are also able to be avoided by jumping over them. These mechanics might seem to be basic, but in action, these mechanics can be the difference between success and failure. Getting into the pace of combat ties in the movement mechanics, but expands beyond it with various forms of attacking. Various forms of MMO combat are present in gameplay: melee, ranged, damage over time, healing, shielding, control, single target, and area of effect. Certain abilities are fired off with different AoE patterns as well. Most are circles, some are roads with some effects moving, and others growing in the area over time. Placing skills, lining them up, and knowing when to fire them off creates a fun and engaging form of combat. In addition to various ways of firing off skills, crowd control, or CC effects, are useful to interrupt foes or deal damage to enemy Defiance bars. A Defiance bar is essentially a guard on the enemy that prevents them from being CC'd or interrupted. Breaking this bar stuns them momentarily and leaves them more vulnerable to attacks. You can see how much Defiance damage a skill does by hovering over a CC skill. The buffs and debuff system is referred to as boons and conditions, with boons being beneficial effects and conditions being damaging or inhibiting effects. Boons are another way of supporting yourself and allies, and are golden in hue, located above the utility skills. Conditions can be used to deal damage over time if you are looking to play that way, and certain conditions weaken or slow foes. These slowing/inhibiting conditions also do damage to Defiance bars, but over time and at a slower pace. These are colored red and are also located above the utility skills. Now, with all the different types of skills covered, how does the skill system work? The answer to how skills are acquired is weapons. The weapon you are using makes up the first 5 skills, and the skills themselves cannot be changed. If you want to get a different set of first 5 abilities, you'll have to use a different weapon. Weapons offer different playstyles for each profession, and the same weapon may be used differently between professions. Take a greatsword, for example. Warriors use them in melee combat, while mesmers use them in ranged combat. Most professions gain the ability to swap weapons in combat at level 10. Except elementalists and engineers, which get attunements and kits, respectively. What about the other side of your skill bar? The right side is your utility skills, where you do have complete flexibility over which skills these are. These utility skills include 1 heal skill, 3 utilities, and an elite skill. Every profession has access to a heal skill, which allows them to bolster their health throughout combat. You will still want to lean on your healers in more intense situations, but this is a useful tool while exploring Tyria. The utility skills allow you to bolster out your playstyle with whatever you please. If you want more damage, healing, defense, or pure utility, this is where you will find it. Finally, the elite skills. This skill usually has a lengthy cooldown, but comes with some powerful effects that can help turn tides in combat. Some elites enhance the player, transform the player, provide effective support for the group, or control the battlefield. Comboing weapons and utility skills allows you to create the character you want to play, be it damage, tanky, or healing. Now, how are skills acquired? The first 5 are acquired by weapons, so head over to the merchants, trading posts, or crafting stations to acquire the weapon you want. You can scan all the available weapons for your profession by pressing H and going to the Build tab, then, top left, Weapon Skills. But to gain utility skills, you will need to acquire hero points via leveling or doing challenges in the open world. Then press H, go to the Training tab, and then peruse the selection of skills. Spend hero points on skills to acquire them, and then slot them onto your utility bar. Elite skills unlock at level 31, so you might have to level a bit before you can experience those. The final aspect of gameplay, and more importantly buildcraft, are the specializations, also referred to as traits. These are trained in the same menu as utility skills and also require hero points to train. These are often passive talents that increase your skill at a roll. These specializations unlock at level 21, 45, and 71, allowing for 3 specializations to be equipped at any given time. The customization features allow you to switch skills, traits, and specs whenever you are out of combat to fit any encounter you are charging into. That's your general overview of combat and skills in Guild Wars 2. Take your time finding what weapons and roles speak to you, and have fun with them. If you want to find out more on how to heal or look at how to make the game extra action-y, check out my videos on how to heal and how to activate action camera on screen now. Thank you ArenaNet for your partnership, and feel free to check out the description as well. I'll catch y'all in Tyria fighting some Centaur. See you later!